Lord, that I might see you, is the theme of this short video for the soul. Lord, that I might see you and believe in you. Lord, that I might see you and know that you are God. Lord, that I might see, so that I may have a meaning and purpose to my useless life. Powerful words, Lord, that I might see. But you know, the Jesus of the gospel has this to say. When the apostles gathered in the upper room after Jesus rose from the dead, many doubted that this was Jesus. And Thomas, especially Thomas. And I guess Thomas reminds me so much of myself over the years, where even I doubted. Oh yes, me, moi. Yes, I did. But he said to Thomas, Thomas, doubt no longer and believe. Put your finger into my wound and know that it is me. So what does that say to you and me? Lord, that I might see. Well, Jesus said, blessed are they who do not see me and yet believe, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. What's that saying to my heart? Well, it's saying something like this. I may not have apparitions and visions of my Jesus, but I know he lives. How do I know that he lives? Because I sense his presence in my heart. And the day when I listened to my heart, having surrendered my life in 2007, where I thought I knew best. Oh yes, brother and sister, I was my own worst enemy. And the way that Jesus could get me to listen to him after so many years of searching for him in a wilderness of my own choosing and making. The day I left the monastery back in 74, I began a journey in a wilderness. Yes, I believed in God, and yes, I loved my Jesus, because I was still his bride. That sounds really kinky, but I was espoused to him. But for many years I couldn't cope with the church. I rebelled because of the inhumanity that was dished up in the name of God's love to God's children who had given their lives to follow him. But I forgave them. But in that wilderness, I carried on ignoring the voice of my God because I was clever. At least I thought I was. I procrastinated. And then came the big one. In May 2007, having taken my last group on retreat to Egypt, to my spiritual home by the Red Sea, I came back quite poorly. In fact, I was very ill because I'd inherited a virus from all my trips to Egypt. And that virus had latched onto my lower lung, and it wasn't responding to conventional medicine. But thankfully, a very unusual, rare antibiotic that proved to be very expensive was prescribed by the professor who was looking after me. But what didn't help was I was left with a temporary paralysis of both legs. And in those 5 months, I guess my God was playing Russian roulette with me. He had me where he wanted me. And he made sure that I would listen to his inner voice in my heart. Lord, that I might see. Well, guess what? I began to experience the presence of Christ in my life, not with visions, but that inner voice was so strong, "Come back to me. I never let you go. Surrender your heart to me. Return to my love. You are still a bride of Christ." And when I heard the words "return to me," I conjured up in my mind that he wanted me to go back into a Catholic monastery. And the shudder, the fear, was like a third person. I was petrified, because there was no way I could subject myself to that awful experience that I encountered as a young monk, like so many young monks and nuns, who were bullied, coerced, intimidated, and sacrificed on the altars of church ego. But then he said, "I'm not asking you to return to a Catholic monastery. I'm asking you to surrender your heart right now and live the life of a monk here, where you are, as a child of God. The church may have removed your license, but I never authorized it. So you are still mine. Surrender to my love." And on the 8th of December, I knelt in 2007 on the feast day of Our Blessed Lady, which brought back memories, because on the 8th of December 1966, I'm forgetting, old age, it's when I became a young novice. And on the 8th of December 68 was when I was consecrated as a young monk to God. So on the 8th of December 2007, I came home and I could see the face of my God. Not in a vision, but in a powerful presence and awareness that I was never let go, that I was always being protected against my better judgment. So Lord, that I might see is true for me, and I pray it's true for you. And for you to allow God touch you, for you to see him. The only advice I can give you is try not to be clever. Try not to make excuses. And try not to put off tomorrow what you can do today. Try, with God's help, to have the courage that you need to surrender your heart to love. And when you surrender that heart to love, it is then that you see the face of a loving God. And not only do you see his face, but you enter the mystery of absolute wonder and beauty. And that mystery encapsulates your fear, and it gives you the courage to follow your dream, to follow your heart, and become at peace within yourself. So when you next hear a person say, "Lord, that I might see," think of me on how I prevented my soul seeing my God because my mind was in control, and it denied me the opportunity of embracing complete oneness. Lord, that I might see you. Lord, I do see you. I see you in nature. I embrace you in nature. That's how I see my God. I see the beauty of my God in creation. I see the love of my God in how people interact, how they show love to one another. today I invite you with me now to just take a deep breath and say, yes, Lord, I too want to see you. Open my eyes so that I can see, and allow my heart melt with thee.